Students, in the first class, we started what is the introduction and syllabus and some of the concepts. So like definition of the IoT. So as well as what is the scope of the IoT, and then history, then how internet can be occupied in our life. So with some examples like how. So the devices using internet has been increased from 1990 to till today. So nowadays, so many devices are working with the internet or comes under the category of IoT. So nearly, so in 2020, so 15 billion devices, household devices, they're connected, and 4 billion devices are navigation systems, and 500 billion are wearable watches and some other things, and hundreds of million of implants. So the count of the IoT, count of the devices works under the IoT has been increased. So this is the, I think this concept we studied in the last class. So some impossibles can be possible with the IoT, today I think because of technology advancements and moreover the research so plays a vital role towards the human beings, how they leads to comfortable life. So many more things have already developed. Still, the research is going. So to implement more and more, what is that one? Wireless devices to connect with the internet, to work together to make the human beings' life very comfortable. So so I think sometimes some decades back, something what we have today, I think in those days, it's really, I think just an imagine, I think imaginary things, not real things. But today they came into real. Like the first example, if you take when you wake up, the water heater would have the hot water ready. Yeah. Suppose if you get up by 6 o'clock, morning 6 o'clock, so then definitely in the olden days they want to go to what is it from kitchen and to boil some hot water to get some hot water. So for that he has to wait some time and then you go to bathroom, go to bath. That is the actually that was the scenario. But those days maybe those persons think like that crazy things like suppose if I get up and if I say so if I get the ready water in the bathroom so for bathing purpose, uh, so when suppose so that may be the some of the craziest thought that day, but now that came into the picture, so that came into the reality. So how? So if you make the timer to the heater, then suppose you may get up by 6 o'clock. So if you set the alarm or set the timer for switch on the heater at 5:30, then so by 6 o'clock the water ready, the water will be ready, so that you can directly go and do your bath. So that is the what I told you. Maybe 2 or 3 decades back, it is a crazy thing or a thought. Now it is a simple task. It's very easy. So you are available. That nothing. I think you can say that nothing wonder in this. But those days it may be wonder if I get like this. They may thought. Okay, next second example. During the bath, the kettle would have cooked your food consumed after bath. Suppose the food should be ready after bath immediately. If you go to the kitchen, your food, if the food is ready, then without wasting the time, you can have a food. But so you know how to cook food today also. So there are a lot of things should be there. So the cooking for the cooking, but today with the IoT, it is possible. So you can have a ready food after bath to have. So that is the also possible. And one more thing. So when you lock the door, the car door shall be open for you. Yeah. Suppose if we have a sensors to the main door and car door, suppose once you're ready for the office or the school or college, whatever it may be. So once you are locking the main door, so with this indication, the car door sensor may be open the car door. So that is the another craziest thing that is possible today with our IoT. So and one more thing, AC shall be adjusted based on your body temperature. Yes, suppose if you are sitting in the office, so you have a AC. Suppose if you switch on the AC, then it takes some time to cool your room. After that, based on your body temperature, the AC can be adjusted. Okay, so that means the temperature may be rise and the cooling may be rise or decrease. Okay, based on the if the your temperature of the body is very high, then the cool maybe what happened, the AC cooling may be increased. If the temperature of the body is very small, that means you have a so very cooling, then automatically the cooling, that means cooling can be reduced. That means the temperature can be increased in the AC. These adjustments can be possible with carrying a body temperature, and you can that means the body temperature sensor and the AC. If both can talk each other, so by that they can adjust each other without your intervention. So that is also possible with our IoT. So like these are all are the four what we discussed now. So all are craziest thoughts. So long back, but now they are very simple tasks for us. So but why how they are simple means because of our IoT implementation, IoT network. And one more thing is parking slots shall be informed while nearing the office. So generally, if you the major drawback setback in India is uh, in major in main cities, the problem is today if you see a lot of shopping malls are what is it one, yeah, malls and shopping malls and everything. What happened, they are constructing the buildings without leaving any space for the parking. So major problem is car parking, vehicle parking. Simply, there are said vehicle parking. Suppose generally the people are fed up to go to shopping with the car. Just there, it is very convenient to use the bike because you can park your bike anywhere easily. But the space for the car is finding is very difficult task in the city. So that is a headache, of course, not only here in Visakhapatnam, Chennai, any city you can find the same problem. But how can you solve the problem? Generally, so the municipality or corporation people, what they are doing is now, so they are constructing a multi-stored building for the parking system. Okay, in the small place, suppose this is the place, this much place is available. Then so they can construct the multi-stored car parking system. So the car can be parked. Okay, your vehicles can be parked in this floor or in this floor or in this floor. So like you have a slots. Yeah. So each slot meant for one car parking. Okay, one four-wheeler car parking. So for whenever this is the main gate, whenever the car is entering the main gate, whenever car is entering the main gate, yeah, whenever car is entering the main gate. So what happened? Suppose if you know, so where the parking is available. So then easily you can go straight away there, that location, that slot, you can park your car. Suppose if you don't know, first you may come to the first floor and check for the availability of the parking. If not there, then you will go to the second floor, then you will find again check for the parking place. Then like that, you need to explore the slot where it is available. But with the IoT, whenever the car is entering the main gate of the multi-stored parking building, then what happened? So suppose because of this IoT, if the car, if you know, so third floor, fourth slot is vacant for your car parking, then you can directly go there and you can park your car. So by that way, you can save more amount of time. Okay, so that is the one of the big challenge that is possible today. So and you can find in many cities that multi-stored parking systems. But this type of IoT enabling the multi-stored parking is, I think you could not find. But so still the work is going on. But in abroad like China, so and Korea, Japan, these countries, because of they are using always advanced technologies, so that they have such type of systems. So that is also possible. One thing, possible. And one more thing is, while nearing home, the light shall be open. Yeah, this is your home. This is your home. Yeah. Suppose this is your home. You are coming from your office. So when it comes to open the main door, then without anybody's intervention, so because of sensors with the car and this building, then automatically the lights will be on. Okay, so that is one of the thing is possible. I think if you go to the Amazon website, then you can find one lights are there. So they are motion based lights. That means, yeah, they are arranging in the what is that one outside of the home. Then based on the motion or anybody comes here, then lights will be on. So like your car is coming, this motion by sensor will sense this motion, then immediately switch on the what is that one light. So once the car parking is over, then if you went to into the home, then these lights will be automatically off. So that is also that by that way you can save the power, and you can save, even though no person is required to do that, so that you can save the time also. Time, next what is the power and everything saves. So that is the another advantage and another possibility with the IoT. But earlier these all the things are casual thoughts, but now everything is real. And one more thing, your workout room lights ambience shall be set, heartbeat, kilometer alert shall be updated. Yes. So when you are in the home, if you have if you are sitting in your workroom, then if wherever you want in the workroom, so that corresponding light can be switch on based on motion. Okay, motion based, and your heartbeat and your how many steps you walked, everything you can know, you will know. So by using the some of the IoT device, wearable devices, something like that. And one more is refrigerators will order the milk, egg on need. Yeah, as I told you. So whatever the refrigerators we have in our home, so that is it is not IoT, but so in many countries they are using the IoT based refrigerators, so that they have internet connection. So already they are programmed, or you can so give the some input like, so what is that, milk should be 2 liters, should be kept in capacity is 2 liters, and what is that one, eggs is 2 dozens, like that. Whatever the things you want to keep in the refrigerator, so that you can program it. So then the what is it one, the system, IoT system is continuously watch the consumption of the corresponding product. Okay, once they're consumed, so the count has been reduced in the uh, programming data. So then once the point where you already programmed to give the order, so directly, so when it reaches the point, it gives order to the shop automatically. So that means without any personal intervention. So you need not to go and check whether the milk packets are there or not, or fruits are there or not. So vegetables are there. So I think the over or not. So like this, these things need not to worry about that clicking and bringing from the outside. So the refrigerator itself what is it one? Check this. What is it one? The content and the contents kept in the fridge. Then so based on the what is that one? Their count, so they can give directly order to the shop. So that's the way the refrigerator can work. So I think you could not find in any here, but there are many countries that are using the IoT based refrigerator systems. And one more is bedroom AC shall be automatically switched on your sleep. Once you are asleep in your room, so already the room has been cooled, so that it should be automatically switched off. So like that, so are all these things are that means doing. Okay, all these works are doing. So without human intervention, okay, they are automatically doing based on some sensors working. For this, large number of sensors are required to work all these things. But anyhow, this is possible. This is possible today with only the advancements of the Internet of Things. That means, so we need to provide internet for many devices. So and you can keep many devices in the vicinity of the Internet of Things network. Then, so when the network is forming between all these devices, they are talking with each other and they are taking their own decisions to control something. So that is the advantage of the IoT. So what IoT is generally, this craziest or very simple definition to remember, just rhyming definition is IoT means anytime, any device, anyone, any service, any business, any network, anywhere, any location is called the IoT. Very simple. So any person, anyone means anyone, okay, through any device. So whether mobile phone or your PC or some desktop or something or any device, anyone through any device can get any service or can do any business through any network, okay, from anywhere, from any location at any time is called the IoT. Anyone, okay, so anyone with any device with any network. So you may be having some Airtel, I may have some what is some other Tata, okay, or some other thing. So so different things, different networks we have. Not only these things, different networks are there. So through any network, okay, anyone through any device, through any network can get any service. They can order the food, they can get the food, or they can get the medicine, or they can get the some other things. They can get the some parcels. They can they can get the some clothes, or they can do any business, any type of business. Yes, you can do business through these what is that one, IoT devices, like whatever your what is that one, your business. It may be a bookstall you can publicize, or it is a some what is that one, some other shop, okay, whatever the things you can publicize, okay, and you can you can get the orders from the network, from the internet. So like this is called the simple IoT. Once again, anyone through any device, through any network, get any service or do any business from anywhere or any location at any time is called the IoT. Yeah. So one more thing, IoT enables the objects. As I told you in the last class, the things are called the objects. Whatever the devices forming the network or forming the or having the connection, okay, is called the IoT. But generally, you don't say that devices. So in the first picture I told you, there are so many things. Your mobile phone, your PC, these two can talk, of course. So in the mobile phone, you can chat, okay, or you can send a mail. So then through my lappy, I can see that mail. I can get that mail. I can see that mail, and I can give the reply from my lappy. And so you can see the reply through your mobile phone. So like that, you and me also thinks. You and me also thinks, because indirectly, so we are also connected with the this network. because you are typing some message to me. I'm sending some message to you, reply to you. So means you and me also connected together. So through that we are communicating. We are not communicating directly orally. We are communicating through the messages. How? Because of these network. So that what happened? So the devices, don't say the devices, but for easy understanding purpose, so let us say 10 devices are connecting Wi-Fi network or IoT network. Then you can say the 10 devices are what? So they can communicate each other, they can talk each other. But don't say the devices there. They are the objects or things. So generally, the general speaking word is things. That's why we are saying that IoT, Internet of Things. So the things are connected together with the internet to be sensed while also controlling it remotely. So which enables better interaction of physical world to the computers. Yes, IoT enables what? The objects, yeah, things which are in the network to be sensed. Yeah, they are sensing something while also controlling. So and you can make the switch on the fan, you can make the switch of the AC, okay, in the somewhere in Japan. Okay, suppose if you want to, you can do control the some appliances in the in the Japan, so from India also. So because of this internet IoT, okay, you can control that. You can talk. Controlling means not talk. You should do like this: switch off, switch on. The things means you are controlling them. You can control the objects from anywhere. Okay, from anywhere you can control any corner of the devices. So that is the what other thing without interaction of the physical world. Yeah. So for the physical world means in the sense, suppose if you want to measure the temperature of the room, so that is called the temperature is the so physical quantity, so that the sensor will sense this physical quantity, temperature, and convert into the electrical quantity, and is sent to the so processor to process it, and based on the value, the decision will be taken. So this would improve the efficiency, accuracy with limited human intervention. Of course, the manpower so requirement after evolution of the IoT has been drastically reduced. So wherever so 10 members are required, hardly one man can do this with the help of this IoT network. Yeah, growth and application sectors. Yeah. So first picture we will see, it will the x-axis is the year and y-axis is the so the devices, billions of devices. They are connecting, they are participating in the IoT network. So generally in 2003, hardly one person has one device, one mobile phone, and in 2008, okay, so I think it is crossing both the points, and in 2010 each person uses two IoT devices, that 15 using users of the devices are increased. So don't say counts like that, one and two like that. It means low 10 billion devices connected. So like in 2020, see, as this is the world population. This is the world population, and this is the increasing of the devices participating in the IoT network. See, in 2020, so 50 billion smart objects, 50 billion smart objects. So generally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each person at any time. So on an average, using 6 devices, IoT devices, 6 IoT devices each person. So for example, so I'm using my phone. Yeah, this is IoT, and I'm using my lapping. This is also IoT, and I have a that means MI brand watch. Okay, that is also IoT, and I'm wearing a shoes IoT based. That is also IoT. So like this, each person on an average using 6 what online IoT devices. So like this, the number of devices, okay, the small objects. So 50 billion small objects are connected in the IoT network. Yeah, and the thing. So here is see, this is the yeah vehicle asset, pet and human tracking. So for all these things, we can use the IoT for vehicle tracking. So pet tracking, human tracking. So for whatever it may be, so you can that means tag one IoT device, IoT enabled device. Then you can track that object. I can say these are the objects. You can track them. Okay. So and in the agriculture sector, also we are using the IoTs. In the power sector also, energy sector also, you are using the IoT. In the safety and vigilance and secure systems also using IoT. And this is the embedded applications. Mobile applications are also works with the IoT. And healthcare sector also using IoT. Next, telemedicine also using IoT. And smart city applications also using IoT. See, some of the sectors, not only limited to this one, many sectors are using, even education sector also using. Okay, but so here for the sake of for the time being, so I am telling only the few things. Okay, so these are the major: agriculture, energy, and security, and what is the health sector, and telemedicine, and smart city. All these are using IoT. So you can find the IoT application in almost all the areas. Okay. So characteristics of the IoT. What are the characteristics? Yeah, the first one is connectivity. So connectivity between the devices. This is the one object, this one more object. So to communicate both, so there must be a connectivity. So like that here, so your mobile phone, your PC should have some communication. Like suppose they are connected with the some this IoT network. Yeah, you can send or receive the signals those. So that connectivity is important. Connectivity is in the IoT infrastructure. The connectivity is the key factor. Connectivity is the key characteristics, okay, which is required for the IoT. Suppose the connection is not there, they cannot talk each other. Suppose as I told you number of times the example, suppose this is the smoke sensor. This sensor will give the sense the smoke in the room and gives the signal to the IoT board. So where it's processed and some value, the smoke value can be displayed, and based on this, suppose some gas or something to neutralize this smoke, so it can be opened. So here is this is the one device, this is one more device, this is the mediator. These two people are talking via IoT. So for talking these two people, one and two, so there must be having a connection. There must be having a connection. So don't say connection means a physical connection. There may be a connection such a like that, so internet connection. Okay, so whenever they are keeping in the connection, so then only they can talk each other. Talk means what? This can send the data. So based on the data, what the decision can be taken. So that is the connectivity. So the connector, so that connectivity is very important, is the key characteristics of the IoT, which is very essential for the what doing. So and another one is intelligence and identity. So intelligence, what is intelligence? Some industry should be having the device. Okay, whatever the device IoT, what happened? The IoT board will sense the data from the sensor, will take the data. Okay, so it after getting the data, it is processed and understand. After processing and understanding, then what should I do? What is this data? Yes, this data is belongs to the smoke, fire. So and it should understand in such a way that if the suppose the smoke, the fire value is this much, it's more than some value, so then it is very dangerous. So that I need to switch on the water tank, or to nullify the some gas to minimize the fire. Okay, so this type of thoughts, this type of intelligence should be having the systems, so that IoT systems must be having some knowledge to understand the kind of the signal they received, and after that, so what should be do what action should be taken after receiving of the data. These things must be understand, these things must be known by the what is that one. So IoT, that's why intelligence is the main, is the second characteristics of the IoT. See, here is some words, some sentences that you can read. The extraction of knowledge, what is to be inferred. So from the generated data is very important. Sensors data, generated data, the data is to be interpreted properly. Each IoT device has an unique identity. Yeah, one more is identity. So suppose, so if you switch on, what is that one? Your portable, this is a mobile phone. If you switch on your portable network, Wi-Fi network, then what happened? So the devices nearby you, so okay, so we'll request the what? So this internet, okay, this Wi-Fi access. So whenever that, so you can see in the display how many are connected. You can have some numbers. Those are called the what? Their numbers, unique numbers. Each device or each object in the network has its own what is it one? Its own identification number. Okay, identification number. That is its address. Okay, that is its address. Okay, so that each IoT device has a unique identity number. Okay, this is help to identify the particular device. So each device has a IP address. Simply, you can say this identity is nothing but IP address. IP address. Okay, so that address, each and every device which are connected has one IP address. So that that is the only IP address is the way that can distinguish the other devices from this device. So that is the way the intelligence and identification. So our identity are the another important characteristics of the IoT. Scalability. Scalability means size. Scalability means size. What the as I told you as I show one diagram, one graph. So from I think this is this graph. Yeah. So 2003 to 2020. What happened? The scalability of the devices in the in participating in the IoT network is has been increasing. So that when the number of devices are increasing, a number of objects are included to the IoT network, then the complexity automatically rises. So, okay, and moreover, I think so. Since more number of devices are connected, okay, so together, so that you need to handle so this massive expansion devices, so that it is a another characteristics, scalability. And one more characteristic is dynamic and self-adapting. So dynamic. So the IoT devices should be dynamically adapt itself to the changing context. Changing. Assume a camera meant for surveillance. So it may have to work in different conditions as different life situations. Yes. So self-adoption means self-adjustment. Suppose if you put a camera, so in your lawn, so to for the purpose of monitor, is there a motion is there like that? Okay, so this camera, suppose it should be adjusted. Okay, suppose it is we arrange the camera in the straight way. Suppose if the motion it founds motion in the left side, the camera should turn automatically to the left side, or if right side the motion is there. So like that, the camera should walk, should look. So wherever which side it finds the this motion, and as well as and as well as yeah, adaptation, the light intensity. Say for example, if you take your mobile phone, smartphone, then the light will be adjusted based suppose camera, if you want to take the picture, the light of the camera varies, it's adjusted based on the so time. So if the its time is, suppose if the sunlight is so dull, automatically the flashlight will on and adjust the so some system like that. Cannot be homogeneous in nature. It should be hybrid, supporting different manufacturers. Yeah. So the network. So architecture is one another characteristics, which is I think whatever the thing. Suppose if I have a suppose if you have what is that one? If you have MacBook, I think MacBook allows only the original software dedicated for the MacBook. That is okay. So and another, suppose if you take another laptop, so which is used, which can be work with the Windows. So like that, architecture can be not meant for only one type. It can be generalized. If it is generalized, you can use anything. So that's why. So this is also one of the characters. Another one is safety. Yeah, how much safety is there? Suppose if you are provided a camera and you are watching your data, what is that one, the camera data, by sitting in your room, how much it is safety, how much is secure? So I cannot say any guarantee. So there may not be any privacy also. So okay, having no, not only data security, the equipment getting involved in IoT network is used. Hence, person safety is very important. So, privacy and protection is very important. Things in the Internet of things in the Internet IoT. Yeah. So, see, this is the IoT network. IoT network. See these many devices. This is not limited. So these many kinds of devices are connected, are talking each other. So this mobile phone and this small light can talk. This fan and this refrigerator can talk. This car and this kettle can talk. This what is it one? Aeroplane and this what is it one? Yeah. So like this, there is many kind of devices they can talk each other because of IoT. The things refer to variety of devices, not really just one device become things. At times, you and I are the things, okay? And yeah, okay. Yeah, cloud. Yeah, cloud is very important. Cloud is very important. So, yeah, I will tell you about the cloud now. Some of the famous things which you are aware of: temperature sensor, pressure sensor, humidity sensors. Okay, so these are the sensors. Generally, these are the sensors. The data could be stored in a centralized server. Okay, so things are capable of exchange of data with other connected devices in the infrastructure. So these two can exchange the data, or sometimes you can keep your data. You can store your data in the cloud. So generally, cloud is a software memory area, software memory. So your pen drive is hardware memory, your cloud is the software memory. So generally, as I told you in the previous class, I hope, so most of the companies, so um, they are maintaining data centers. So in different places of the world. So maybe if you take ICICI Bank, it can have many data centers. All the data centers are, so many data centers in many places of the world. All the data centers are maintaining the same data. So why it's doing like that means the data is very much important. It could not be lost. It should not be tampered. Okay, so that's why the data is very important. That's why the data centers are established to maintain this data in many places in the world. That is the one purpose. Another purpose is what they are doing, some banking and everything. Whatever the transactions they are doing, everything is stored in the this data centers. These data centers, generally the data centers are three types: physical data centers, virtual data centers, and cloud data centers. So this is the establishment of the and taking the building, hiring a big building, okay, hiring big building and keeping the infrastructure and keeping the providing the uninterrupted power, okay, and providing good cooling system, okay, to what is that one, yeah, to um, for the temperature cooling, okay. So these are the requirements. So generally, the data centers will have a large area it requires, whose area is required. And the another thing is very important thing is it required uninterrupted power supply. Continuously power supply should be there, should not be down. If the power supply is gone, the data will gone. Data may be gone. Of course, because that's why we are maintaining so many data centers, so that all the data centers are keeping the same type of data. So that suppose if you're losing one place, no problem. In other area you can have, so that you can get it. But anyhow, data centers requirement is so big building and uninterrupted power supply and big cooling system. So these are the requirements. So this is very expensive and very tedious to maintain the data centers. So for the vendors, the maintaining the data center is very a challenging task. So later, because of these challenges, so people move to the virtual data centers. So that is VMware like that. So after the virtual data centers, we have now cloud data centers. Cloud data center means so there is no physical, so memory are required. So the cloud is used as the stored device, and moreover, no requirement of large buildings and no requirement of uninterrupted power supply. Okay, but here the cloud space is providing by the service provider, where vendor is providing the data center. Okay, but here in the cloud data centers, the space of the cloud is provided by the service provider. So that is the difference. Yeah, some of the famous sensor things means sensors, I can say here: temperature sensor, pressure sensor, humidity sensor. The data from the above sensors are collected and sent to the cloud for purpose, for the processing purpose, or for the use of next time. So like that, so the data is collected from many devices, many things, or many objects, and the collected data can be sent to the cloud for the processing, or keeping for the future purpose. Based on the data analysis, the control action would be taken. Okay, once the data you read from the sensors, okay, once it's understand, after that, after understanding, you can send a control action based on the data you received. So switch off the water heater remotely. So when the water is heated as per requirement is one of the example. So once the water heated, you need to switch off the geyser. So how to switch off the geyser is the one control action. So not just sensors, the following can also be called as things. Yeah, in industrial motors, wearable things, vehicles, they are also shoes, they are also known as the things. Okay, so more things on the way. Heart monitoring implants. Yeah. So another kind of in health sector, you have many people in the world that are carrying some pacemakers for different purposes. So, but the pacemaker should track continuously by externally. Pacemaker may be implanted inside the body. So, based on the issues of the part. So, this pacemaker will do something. Will provide the artificial functioning, artificial stimulation. So then after, so what happened? And moreover, from the external, from the exterior or external, you can monitor the pacemaker readings and how it is working. So this is the pacemaker. Okay. So many people across the world has many pacemakers. Okay. So every day the pacemakers are working. These pacemakers are implanted inside the body so that they have a separate power source, so that mostly the battery which is used in the pacemaker is a long life batteries. So because it is already once it's implanted, so you cannot you cannot remove back. You can get it, but you should not take many times. So that is the issue. So and one more thing, biochips, biochip transponder. Generally, if you have a large farmers, animals are there to track the animals. So biochip transponders are what connected to the ear or horns like that. And automobile, with built-in sensors. So many automobiles are having sensors like petrol indicator. Okay, is one of the sensor and food perishables quality measures. Yeah, food. What is the quality of food? What is the state of food? It's a very fresh or I think getting what is it one stale or like this. Whatever you can see. You can check the quality of the food and how much it is fresh. So that is also some of the things are there. Yeah, this is your house. How the automation, home automation can be done with the IoT. So in the IoT, with the evolution of IoT, so in your home you can do many things. You can establish a wireless. You can establish an IoT network. Through that network, you can control your door automatically or your electrical appliance automatically. Okay, and what is that one? Yeah, your kitchen in your kitchen, your food and everything, you can washing machine, everything can run automatically. So that is the IoT. So this is control and automation of lights, heating, okay, and ventilation, air conditioning, controlling appliances such as washer and dryer, air purifiers, ovens and refrigerators. So all these are working with the IoT without any ornament. Suppose if you're walking straight away, so based on your walking, based on your motion, so in front of you, the lights will be on. Once you are crossing, then the light will off automatically. So like if you want to, what is that one? I think some of the things, some of what is that speaking devices are there, like Alexa. So that if you say switch on the fan, so if you provide the Alexa, then Alexa will do the switch on the fan. Like that. So many kind of devices like the coming like many kind of devices like they came into the real use, so that fridges, ovens and everything, so they are operating with the next IoT features. Yeah, IoT can be used in connectivity, sensor, active engagement devices, etc. AI, and the major components are thing, main device and gateway and cloud and analytics and user interface. And these are some of the applications like smart home, wearables, smart cities, smart grids, industrial internet, and connected car. Okay, connected health, smart realty, retails, smart supply chains, and smart farming. So different sectors are using this IoT for the things become easier in the respective field. Yeah, IoT architecture stack, IoT enabling technologies. Yeah, that we want to discuss now. Hello, hello. What happened? What happened? Create all of you create one WhatsApp group. Anybody can create one WhatsApp group
Yes, sir.
and send to and keep in the chat box. Okay, name it like IoT two. It's for my understanding because I have two slots for IoT. One is some other people joins, and another one is you people join. Okay, so please do one do this one, and keep the link in the chat box. Yeah, then come to the IoT stack. Yeah, what is the time now? Yeah, its time is okay, 50, 12, 15. Okay, I will stop here. Now it's time for asking the your queries. It's time for your queries. You can, yeah, you may ask any doubts